In Hindu society, the term gotra means clan. It broadly refers to people who are descendants in an unbroken male line from a common male ancestor. Pautraprabhrti defines gotra for grammatical purposes as apatyam pautraprabhrti gotram, which means the word gotra denotes the progeny beginning with the son's son. When a person says I am Kashyapa-gotra, he means that he traces his descent from the ancient sage Kashyapa by unbroken male descent. According to the Brihadaranyaka Upanisad 2.2.6, Gautama and Bharadvāja, Viśvāmitra and Jamadagni, Vashishtha and Kaśhyapa, and Atri are 7 sages. The progeny of these 8 sages is declared to be gotras. This enumeration of 8 primary gotras seems to have been known to Pautraprabhrti. The offspring of these 8 are gotras, and others than these are called gotras-gotravayava. Origins: as a Rigvedic term, gotra simply means cow shelter, and more generally stable, enclosure. The narrowed meaning family, lineage kin is younger, first recorded around the mid-1st millennium BCE. These lineages as they developed during that time meant patrilineal descent among Brahmins, warriors and administrators in kshatras and ancestral tradesmen in Vaisyas. In present-day Hinduism, gotra is applied to all the lineage systems. History: all members of a particular gotra are believed to possess certain common characteristics by way of nature or profession. Many theories have been propounded to explain this system. According to the Brahmanical theory, the Brahmins are the direct descendants of 7 or 8 sages who are believed to be the mind-born sons of Brahma. They are Gautama, Bharadvāja, Viśvāmitra, Jamadagni, Vashishtha, Kaśhyapa and Atri. To this list, Agastya is also sometimes added. These 8 sages are called gotrakarins, from whom all the 49 gotras have evolved. For instance, from Atri sprang the Atriya and Gavasthira's gotras. A gotra must be distinguished from a kula. A kula is a set of people following similar cultural rituals, often worshipping the same divinity. Kula does not relate to lineage or caste. In fact, it is possible to change one's kula, based on one's faith or year, to the first devata. Marriages and gotras: in a patrilineal Hindu society, a bride belongs to her father's gotra before a marriage and to her husband's gotra after it. The groom only belongs to his father's gotra throughout his life. Marriages within the gotra are not permitted under the rule of exogamy in the traditional matrimonial system. The word stotra is union the word za plus gotra, where za means same or similar. It is common practice in preparation for Hindu marriage to inquire about the kula gotra of the bride and groom before approving the marriage. People within the gotra are regarded as kin, and marrying such a person would be thought of as incest. In almost all Hindu families, marriage within the same gotra is prohibited, since people with same gotra are considered to be siblings or cousins. But marriage within the jati is allowed and even preferred. In Jat and Gujar caste, marriage within people from same gotra as self, mother and grandmother is not practiced. Also, if 2 persons whose mothers are from same gotra don't prefer to marry because they consider themselves maternal cousins because their mothers are siblings cousins because of same gotra. For example, Jats in northern India have 2,500 gotras, Gujars in Uttar Pradesh have 3,000 gotras, and Madhurajas of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu have 2,600 gotras. Gotra is always passed on from father to children among most Hindus. However, among Malayalis and Chilis it is passed on from mother to children. The Kannada words Sahatara and Sahadari derive their roots from the Sanskrit word Saha-adara, meaning co-uterine or born of the same womb. In communities where gotra membership passed from father to children, marriages were allowed between maternal uncle and niece, whilst such marriages were forbidden in matrilineal communities, like Nayars and Chaluvas, where gotra membership was passed down from the mother. A much more common characteristic of South Indian Hindu society is permission for marriage between cross-cousins as they are of different gotras. Thus, a man is allowed to marry his maternal uncle's daughter or his paternal aunt's daughter, but is not allowed to marry his father's brother's daughter. She would be considered a parallel cousin who is treated as a sister as she would be of same gotra. North Indian Hindu society not only follows the rules of gotra for marriages, but also had many regulations which went beyond the basic definition of gotra and had a broader definition of incestuousness. Some communities in North India do not allow marriage with some other communities on the lines that both the communities are brotherhoods. An acceptable social workaround for gotra marriages is to perform a dathu of the bride to a family of different gotra and let them perform the Kornyadanam plus Dhanam. Legal situation: Karp Panchayites in Haryana have been making a huge fuss over banning same gotra marriages. Kadian Karp International convener Naresh Kadian had moved a petition seeking amendment to the Hindu Marriage Act to legally prohibit marriages in the same gotra. However, the petition was dismissed as withdrawn after a vacation. Bench of Justices S. N. Dhingra and A. K. Pathak of the Delhi High Court warned that a heavy cost would be imposed on the petitioner for wasting the time of the court. In course of the proceedings, the bench observed, a you don't a unregistered trademark to know what is a gotra. Which Hindu text prescribes banning of gotra marriage? Why are you wasting the time of the court? If you are not able to substantiate your words, then you should not have come before the court a euro. In the court case Madhav Rao vs Raghavendra Ray, which involved a Deshastra Brahmin couple, the definition of gotra as descending from 8 sages and then branching out to several families was thrown out by reputed judges of a Bombay High Court. The court called the idea of Brahmin families descending from an unbroken line of common ancestors as indicated by the names of their respective gotras impossible to accept. The court consulted relevant Hindu texts and stressed the need for Hindu society and law to keep up with the times, emphasizing that notions of good social behavior and the general ideology of the Hindu society had changed. The court also said that the mass of material in the Hindu texts is so vast and full of contradictions that it is almost an impossible task to reduce it to order and coherence. List of gotras. The following is a partial list of gotras found in the Brahmin community of Hindus: Nagalik, Calcutta, Agastya, Alabhanasa Amavana, Alaman, Angad, Angirasa, Atriyaran, Atri, Badarayana, Barai, Bayan, Bakasur, Baki, Bharadwāja, Bhagava, Bhaskar, Chara, Shaurasia, Chivakula, Kyavana, Damiwal, Dadhichi, Dalabil, Tanangia, Danvantari, Galov, Gautam, Ganara, Harita/Haritash Haritsa, Jarabali/Jabali, Jamani, Jamadagni, Kanka/Kankarya, Kanva, Kapala, Akshanthala, Kapanjala, Kapisa, Kashyapa, Kashav, Katyayana, Kaundalaya, Kaundanaya Kaundanaya, Kaundras, Karshal, Karshik, Karshish, Krishnatray, Kutsa, Kush, Lahitsya, Mandavaya, Maraiki, Markandeya, Modgalaya, Munash, Nanda, Payalavali, Parashara, Pathak, Purvagutsa, Ramanuja, Raiki, Shakti, Salankyana, Sanatana, Sandalaya, Sandhanwalia, Sangha, Sankrithi, Sankritian, Savannah, Shandalaya, Shanaka, Shiva, Shivodi, Suril, Srivata, Suyadajar, Taiwari, Upatai, Upamanu, Uprati, Vajala, Vartantu, Vashishtha, Vaishvana, Vatashva, Vatsayan, Viśvāmitra Kamsi, Yaska, Vats, Shipuran Nagawal, Vijaychan. See also, clans, list of Gajor clans, Prajapati clans, Tuluva Malayali lineage system, Hindu genealogy registers at Haridwar, Privras, here, notes, Brahmin, Brahmana, caste, tribe, Gotra, Rishi, ritual, India, Hindu, religion, Manu Sanskriti, issue 69, Britannica, Gotra, http, www.Gojari.net Mystica Gotra HTM, India, marriage, http, Neurology Asia Org 20073015 PDF, sex and marriage, marriage rules, Haryana Panchayat takes on GOVT over same Gotra marriage, Indian Express, HC throws out plea to forbid same Gotra marriages, The Hindu, June 2010, The Paradox of Hindu, The Paradox of Hindu, The Paradox of Hindu, Sanadal, People of India by K.S. Singh, references, Raweg, D. Seyfort. The meanings of the term Gotra, and the textual history of the Vaishnava Bagar. Bulletin of the School of Oriental and African Studies, University of London, Volume 39, Number 2, ppA 341 Euro 363, Brihadaranyaka Upanisad 2.2.6, External links, Brahmin sages and branches. 1. List of rishi, their known gotra lineage. The gotra root is same irrespective of SCT or subsect in all Brahmins. Gotra, goalg.com is a community portal of Vinayas, marriage ceremonies, Encyclopaedia Britannica.